Hey, I was wondering if we can tweak the story a bit. It's great and all, but it could be a little better. Okay, what do you have in mind? Well, first off, I was thinking we can get rid of the Maximals and the whole Unicron thing and just focus on the story being about the five Autobots versus five Decepticons. I don't know. Maximals and Unicron are pretty marketable. Yeah, but reducing the cast to just like 10 Transformers will lower the CGI budget a bit and save you some money. Oh, I love money. I figured. So I'm thinking we can keep the original transit opening, but change it up a bit. Change it? How? We could start the movie with classic Wheeljack, the red, white, and green version, and Volkswagen Bumblebee, and it'll be like a neat little fight scene where they're trying to fight transit without alerting any of the humans. Okay, sounds pretty good so far. And after being transit, Bumblebee and Wheeljack have a conversation where it's explained that Wheeljack lost the transwarp key in a wormhole, and he's sad that Optimus Prime is like mad at him for it. But Bumblebee is all like, nah, Wheeljack, he's just mad at himself and he's just taking his anger out on you instead. Wait, Bumblebee can talk now? Yeah, I figure we can get Dylan O'Brien to reprise him again since he did such a good job in Bumblebee, and I figured by now the audience is probably tired of Mute Bumblebee. I'm not sure. Mute Bumblebee is pretty marketable. Just humor me. Okay, but I still don't know if I like this. Anyways, we cut to Noah, and that pretty much plays out the same, but we're not going to have Elena in this movie. Instead, Noah's little brother Chris is going to see a news article about some new artifacts that were just discovered, and it turns out the transwarp key that Wheeljack lost is among the artifacts. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so instead of Elena activating the transwarp key, it's just some museum personnel who left a Nokia phone nearby, and the phone rings and activates the transwarp key. Wow, so Nokia phones are not only indestructible, they can activate alien technology? They sure do. Wow, 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 wow. So the transwarp key pretty much works the same way, only the Transformers can see the signal beam, and so Optimus sees it, and he summons all the nearby Autobots, which are RC, Wheeljack, Mirage, and Bumblebee. And then the Noah stuff still happens, but instead of him going to the museum and encountering Elena, he just encounters the museum security, so he just goes immediately to the transwarp key. Just cuts all that out. Okay, so we're still keeping the Mirage theft scene and the whole Autobot introduction to Noah. Yeah, so instead of Noah getting blasted by Scourge, I was thinking we can make the big bad be Motor Master instead. Motor Master? Who's that? He's the leader of the Stunticons, a group of Decepticons that combine into a giant named Menasor. And what's great is Menasor's alt mode is a truck, just like Optimus Prime, so then we don't even have to get a new truck. We could just reuse the one that we use for Scourge and just take all the extra bits off of it. Oh, I like this idea. It will save a lot of money. It sure will. So Motormaster crashes into the museum and he goes after Noah and the transwarp key. But then Mirage transforms and he gets into a fight with Motormaster. And then Optimus and RC gets into it. And then Wheeljack jumps on Motormaster just so he can get the transwarp key back from them. So it's like a whole struggle to get the transwarp key. But then Motormaster managed to get the transwarp key back and he activates a portal. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, it allows another Decepticon to get in. This one happens to be another member of the Stunticon named Dragstrip. So now there's two Decepticons as part of the giant one? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Now they got two out of the five Decepticons they need to make a kaiju. Oh no! So Dragstrip joins the fight, and then Motormaster and Dragstrip together are able to beat back the Autobots. And then three more Decepticons come through the portal, but then Wheeljack uses a EMP charge to hit the transwarp key, and it causes those three Decepticons to go blasting off to other parts of the continent. Well, that's good. Now they can't become a kaiju. Unfortunately, this makes Motormaster very mad, so he grabs Wheeljack and just freaking shoots him in the chest and kills him. Oh my god, you're killing Wheeljack instead of Bumblebee? Yeah, I figure since we already killed Bumblebee in the previous movie, it wouldn't make sense to kill him again. Yeah, killing Bumblebee won't have the same emotional impact the second time around. The shock value won't really be there. Exactly, so Optimus watches Wheeljack die in front of him, and Wheeljack's last words are like, "I'm sorry, I let you down again." Oh my god, that's really sad. I bet Optimus feels like shit for giving Wheeljack the cold shoulder. Totally, he's even more mad at himself now. So what happens next? Well, now Motormaster and Dragstrip have to go find the other three Decepticons so they can combine into their kaiju form. Meanwhile, the Autobots retreat and regroup with Wheeljack's dead body, and then RC uses Wheeljack's datapad to triangulate where the other Decepticons landed, and they found a center point in the Midwest where they feel like all Decepticons would be more efficient at meeting up each other. So then they're going to go find Stratosphere, and they're going to try to beat them to that center point so they can stop the Combiners from combining. Noah still decides to join up with them because he wants to help protect his family from the Decepticon kaiju. The part where they meet up with Stratosphere is roughly the same, but instead of dead Bumblebee, we have dead Wheeljack instead. Okay, I'm kind of liking this direction. Instead of chasing after MacGuffin, we're going after the Decepticons directly. Yeah, I just thought I'd change it up a bit. Well, it seems to be working well with what we've already got. What happens next? They land in the Midwest and they leave Wheeljack inside the Stratosphere. So Stratosphere flies off, but before he flies off, Bumblebee tells Stratosphere, like, tell her I said hi. Tell who? You'll see. So Stratosphere flies off with dead Wheeljack, and then Bumblebee, Mirage, RC, and Noah, they kind of camp out together while Optimus goes off on his own to sulk. But then eventually Noah has a heart-to-heart with Optimus, and it's totally really wholesome. Also, it's revealed that RC is still holding on to the transwarp key, but because it's out of energy, they can't really use it anymore. Do the Autobots still need it to get home? Yeah, but there's no Energon on Earth, so they have to figure out another way to recharge it. I guess that checks out. Yep, so the next day, Motormaster and Dragstrip are spotted coming towards them, so Optimus and Mirage transform and go to intercept them, while RC and Bumblebee and Noah just stay back to watch out for the other Stunticons. The fight between Optimus and Motormaster would pretty much be the same as the fight between Optimus and Scourge. But what about Mirage and Dragstrip? Well, Mirage and Dragstrip will both turn into Formula Racers, which were their original alt modes in the cartoon, and then they had this really intense fight and trying to drive each other off the road. Oh wow, that'll make a lot of classic Transformers really happy. It sure will. I mean, we'll have to do new CGI animations for them, but since Mirage and Dragstrip are both Formula Racers, we can just do a color swap and it'll save us a lot of money. Saving money is tight. It sure is. So RC and Bumblebee sees the other three Stunticons break down Dead End and Wild Rider, and they try to intercept them while Noah hangs back and holds onto the transwarp key. Does he still have the little glove thingy from Mirage? Oh yeah, Mirage gives that to him during the camp out. He keeps the joke about what part of him it comes from. Oh good, I like that joke. So do I. So now everyone's fighting now, but the Autobots are unable to stop the Stunticons from combining into Menasor. Oh wow, so they have to fight a Decepticon kaiju? Yeah, Menasor is a really big dude. That's what she said. Sorry, that was very Bayformers of me. It was very Bayformers of you. Carry on. Anyways, while the Autobots are fighting Menasor, Stratosphere flies overhead and he opens his hatch to reveal that Wheeljack is alive. He came back to life? How? Well, it turns out Charlie is with him. Wait, she's from the previous movie, so Charlie brought him back to life? She sure did. That's like her special thing in this universe. She even made a whole song about it. Wow, it's pretty cool you're building off of Bumblebee in the sequel to Bumblebee. It sure is. So Wheeljack is having second thoughts about jumping out of Stratosphere, but then Charlie tells him, don't worry, I'm an expert diver. That's something that was in Bumblebee. It is. So they hit turbulence and then Wheeljack falls out of the Stratosphere with Charlie, and then Wheeljack lands on Menasor. But then he blasts him in the face and he starts frantically climbing down on Menasor, but he's also planting bombs on the way. And then once he gets to the bottom, he activates his trigger and all the bombs on Menasor explode. It's a really neat scene. Wait, so what happens to Charlie? She's on a military bike that parachutes down so she can carry Noah through the battlefield. Wow, that's pretty dangerous. How is she going to help the Autobots fight Menasor? Wheeljack gave her a piece of himself that allows her to shoot EMP charges. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so Charlie and Noah work together to get on Menasor because Mirage mentioned that Noah is really bad at hardwiring, so they figured maybe if they mess up Menasor's wires, they could disassemble Menasor back into the 5 Stunticons again. Wow, that sounds really difficult. Actually, super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh really? Yeah, Mirage escorts them to Menasor while Optimus and the others act as a distraction. Once Menasor becomes separated, then the Autobots are able to fight them on even ground. Motormaster and Optimus get into this really cool fight because Motormaster's using a sword and Optimus is using his axe. It's like 300 but with giant robots. Wow, that does sound pretty awesome. It sure is. Optimus manages to kill Motormaster, but then Breakdown gets his hand on the transwarp key, and then he charges it with an Energon cube, which opens up an even bigger portal, and now there's Viacons coming from Cybertron onto Earth. Oh no, that sounds really bad. Yeah, the Autobots get outnumbered pretty badly. Noah gets separated from Charlie, and then Mirage uses his body to protect him to Decepticon attacks, which causes Mirage to turn to a super suit for Noah to fight back with. And then RC, Bumblebee, and Wheeljack and Charlie get overwhelmed by the Viacons, so Optimus makes the difficult decision to destroy the Transwarp Key and any chance the Autobots had of going home. Destroying the Transwarp Key causes him and the Decepticons get sucked through the portal. Okay, so that's pretty similar to what we did with Unicron. Yeah, so Noah grabs Optimus's axe, and then Bumblebee and Wheeljack and RC and Charlie, they all work together to make sure that he doesn't get sucked through the portal, but all the Decepticons get sucked into the portal instead. After the portal closes, Optimus apologizes to Wheeljack, and then the Autobots and Charlie and Noah have a moment together, and then Noah goes back to his family, but Charlie sticks around to help him rebuild Mirage, and the rest of the movie pretty much plays out the same without all the Elena stuff. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. So, what do you think? It sounds great. It works better as a sequel to Bumblebee. Wheeljack is a more integral part of the team, and the story's simple enough that the runtime will probably be less than 2 hours. Fantastic. So are we gonna do it? No. No, why not? Because we already spend money and we're here to sell toys, not make good stories. But Gundam makes good stories and they sell lots of toys. Yeah, but we're not Gundam, we're Transformers. The bar is lower here. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, but executive meddling dictates that it does. And on that note, we're gonna go ahead with the redesign on Wheeljack. But he doesn't even look like Wheeljack. Look, we're old fogies that need to preserve 20th century stereotypes in 2023 in order to make us feel like we're still relevant, okay? I still don't see why we have to redesign Wheeljack when we've already shown what he looks like in Bumblebee. Well, we're gonna make money regardless, so your opinion doesn't even matter. I suppose so.